The Power of Positive Expectation, posted on December 14th, 2011. The way I define positive expectation is when you are not clinging to any particular result or outcome, but are trusting life's intelligence to bring forth the most congruent and positive reality, knowing that your life force has the bigger picture. You're not imposing narrow expectations on any situation or person, but are open to allowing the most positive reality to come forth for you. When you're coming from this attitude, you never feel let down because you are not hinging your expectation on anything or anyone specifically. Rather, your expectation is for an overall positivity through trust in your life stream's intelligence to deliver it. This positive expectation from life should surpass all your mind-created expectations. This way, you will not be gulled by your mind into believing that something is wrong when in truth, it's just a part of the path towards the manifestation of your desired reality. The mind can never know why an event took place. It cannot know the overall context of why something happened. When you set narrow expectations, if your expectation was for a particular outcome and you see something completely opposite happening, it makes you feel let down or anxious. On the other hand, if you allow yourself to stay in a place of an open positive expectation, not creating any negative conclusion about a particular happening, you stay resistance-free and thus allow your life stream to bring forth the reality that's far better than what your mind had anticipated. Sometimes what seems negative to the mind is part of the unfolding process towards a more positive reality. So the attitude to have is to avoid negative conclusions and stay in a place of positive expectation under all situations. This is the most powerful way to allow well-being to constantly flow into your reality. Avoid rigid expectations. When you stay in a place of rigid expectations, you are not vibrationally aligned with allowing your life stream the freedom to bring forth the best possible reality for you. Your rigid expectations not only create a sense of anxiety and helplessness in you, but they also set you up for negative interpretations of what's happening. Also, rigid expectations always come from a place of neediness and lack, where you are deluded into believing that you can only feel whole if a certain outcome were to happen. Remember that your human mind does not have the big picture, and all its rigid expectations come from a place of limited perceptions. Your life stream is always moving in the direction of your well-being, and it has the bigger picture because it's connected with the totality. To trust in the intelligence of your life stream is to move you into a positive reality, is what I call a truly positive expectation. Once you understand that the very movement of your life stream is generated from your desires, there will be no doubt in your mind that if you don't stand in resistance, your life force will constantly bring forth positive manifestations in the direction of your desired realities. Some common examples of how the mind creates rigid expectations and feels anxious and needy as a result are as below. Placing your expectation on someone to constantly behave in a manner that's pleasing to you. This is a rigid expectation because now you are a prisoner to their behavior and are also placing the burden of your expectations on them, causing them to feel suffocated in your presence. Expecting life to bring forth your desired reality only in a manner that you've planned out in your mind. Your mind is limited in its intelligence, and hence it can never really know the actual path to your desired reality. It's fine to plan and follow your inspirations, but don't create any rigid expectations about how your desired reality will manifest. Allow life to surprise you. Placing some extraordinary expectations on a desired reality or experience. Life is inherently ordinary, and even the most exciting experiences are fleeting and temporary, and thus to have some extraordinary expectation from any desire keeps you alienated from the reality of life. A mature mind is rooted in reality, understanding that ordinariness that's inherent to life and finding a sense of beauty in it. It's natural for the mind to have expectations, and this is part of its design. These expectations are also a subset of its desires, so don't try to resist or suppress this natural movement in the mind. However, allow yourself the space to stay open to trusting the intelligence of your life stream to deliver an overall positive reality, without being totally identified or focused on the specific expectations of the mind, which come from its limited perceptions. Stay in positive expectation, irrespective of your present situation. It may be challenging for the mind to stay in a place of positive expectation when it finds itself in a perceived negative life situation. The mind, being a survival machine, is bound to come to some negative projection or assumptions about the situation. This is where it's important to have a depth in your being that allows you to stay allowing of the mind's movements without being totally identified with it. This space keeps your vibration from being totally influenced by the negativity of the mind, and thus ensures the opening up for your life force to bring forth the solutions that you desire. Don't get into a pattern of reinforcing the negative assumptions of your mind, and allow yourself the openness to stay in a place of positive expectation, trusting your life stream. The best attitude to have is to never come to a negative conclusion about any happening. Rather, just see everything as a step towards a more positive reality. This place of open, positive expectation is a powerful state of being that keeps you in alignment with your life stream, allowing for a swift manifestation of solutions and desired realities.